My name is Dale Mackey, and I just opened up Dale's Fried Pies, which is a mobile pie stand selling fried pies of all different kinds. For a long time, I've wanted to do sort of a creative food business of my own, and I've always liked food businesses that really perfect one type of food and do it really well. And fried pies were interesting to me, one, because they are a regional, sort of local food that a lot of people in the South ate growing up. So there's a lot of nostalgia around it. People have really good memories of them. Of course, they're also delicious. But also because, there's so much room for creativity within them because you can fill them with basically whatever you want. So that kind of combination of things made me interested in them. And then I started cooking them a lot and got really good at it and thought I'd try to make it into a business. I've always enjoyed cooking. I've always enjoyed baking of all different kinds. Ever since I was a little kid, my mom really loved to cook as well, and I would, watch her cook, and she made a lot of pies too. And my godmother, who sort of took care of me when I was a little kid instead of me going to daycare, is from Kentucky, and so she would cook a lot of Southern food. I didn't really necessarily realize it was Southern food until I moved to the South, and then I started saying, oh, this is exactly what my godmother made me when I was a little kid. I really like whenever I'm in a place to try to, understand the food traditions and what kind of food is available and what kind of food people grew up eating, so it's sort of a natural thing. It seems like every other person that I sell a pie to, their mom or their grandma made fried pies for them when they were little. A lot of people have really positive memories attached to them. People seem to really, really enjoy them and be really intrigued about it. I wanted to do a mobile pie stand because to open up a full brick and mortar restaurant when you've never done that before is quite a large undertaking, and I didn't really have the experience or the capital to do that. So I thought I would start small, sort of see how it went, see where it went and what kind of response I got, and go from there. I considered buying just a regular, outfitted food truck. But again, I really wanted to start as small as possible. I said, what is, the least amount of money really that I can put in and start a business so that, I'm kind of free to do what I want. I'm not hampered by tons of debt right from the beginning. So I found online little plans to make a kids lemonade stand. And so we just took those plans and scaled them up and built what is basically an adult-sized sort of lemonade stand looking thing, and did some modifications so that I could fry the pies on site on the stand or just, prepare them in a different kitchen and sell them. I've always really enjoyed making things, and I've always really enjoyed, thinking about how things will look. And that was a big fun part about starting this off, is sort of what feel did I want it to have. And I really wanted it to have the feel of like a roadside stand. Where you're passing by and you see boiled peanuts or apples, things like that. Well, to make a fried pie, you basically start with pie dough. So I make my own pie dough. You roll it out into a little sort of circle, and then whatever kind of filling you want to use, you put it in there and crimp it shut, and then it's deep fried. So there is a lot of variation in terms of what you can put in the pie. The traditional ones are apple and peach. Those are the ones that most people ask for most of the time. I don't have peach in the wintertime because there aren't good peaches available. You can dry peaches and do it that way, and that's a good way to do it. But I really like to have the pie flavors follow the season. So what's available, what's good, just tastes better in a pie. So in the summertime, there's a lot more sort of berry pies, there's a lot more fresh fruit pies, whereas then in the wintertime, I transition more to, I do a lot of sweet potatoes, there's a lot of that kind of thing available, a lot of pumpkins, squashes, things that are available then. One of the interesting things about having a mobile food business is that you're doing this thing that is very traditional, making these traditional fried pies that people have been eating for years and years and years. But then you're combining it with modern technology to be able to connect with the people who are your customers. Because when you have a mobile food business, you can't say, this is where I am, show it to them on a map, you can always come here, here are the hours. the hours often vary and where you are really varies. So you have to have a more dynamic way of interacting with people and sort of an ever-changing way of interacting and connecting with people who want your pies. So I don't do any kind of traditional advertising at all. The only way that people really know about me is word of mouth or from social media. So if I'm going out for an event, I'll post it on Facebook, I'll post it on Twitter, I'll take a picture and put that on Instagram and try to just let as many people as possible know where I'm going to be that day. But when I get people coming to the stand who say that they are coming to a place just to get the pies, it's always that they've heard about it on some form of social media. So it's really interesting. It's a really different way than a traditional restaurant of being able to connect with people and what's going on. I can post what kind of pies I'll have there that day, so someone can go online and say, no, I don't really want any of those flavors. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite one, so I'm definitely gonna go to where she is right now. I've had people be downtown and look on Twitter, see that I'm right around the corner, and just show up because they happen to be there, which is pretty awesome. Every time I go out, I feel like, I get more people coming by, more people who already know. I get more people who are repeating, they're seeking me out. I am selling as many pies as I can make, or I'm making as many pies. I'm really, at this point, just kind of running to keep up.